This is Inside Indiana Business Radio for the afternoon of Tuesday, August 8th, 2023. I'm Alex Brown. Elkhart-based supply chain optimization company ChemCrest has acquired the heavy-duty division of Telamon in Carmel. CEO Amish Shah said the division fits perfectly into ChemCrest's operations, which focus on service, parts, and accessories for the automotive, agriculture, power sports, and heavy-duty spaces.
We've been very keen to enter into the heavy-duty space. What we really admired about Telamon's kitting, packaging, and assembly division is that it's a little bit more advanced in certain elements than we currently do. So by advanced, I mean it's a little bit more engineering heavy. They're using things like PLCs and torque wrenches to ensure exact quality as it relates to assembly of these various parts. So we feel like with their innovation, some of their engineering capabilities, that we can translate that to our current business and also to our current customers.
The Telamon division has about 100 employees, all of whom will transition to ChemCrest. Financial terms of the deal are not being disclosed. An issue with chemical mixing at the Bunge soybean processing plant in Decatur caused a chemical release into the air yesterday. Our partners at WPTA-TV report an evacuation order was lifted last night, and officials said air quality tests determined the area was safe from chemical hazards. Grace College in Northern Indiana will continue offering free tuition for in-state students from families making $60,000 or less in the coming fall semester. The college's Indiana Full Tuition Plan bases its support of low-income families on students' completion of the free application for federal student aid. From the number one source for Indiana business news, this is Inside Indiana Business Radio.
For 25 years, we've had the honor of telling the story of Indiana business. More than 1,300 shows, 8,000 interviews. We've traveled from Valparaiso to Versailles, Fort Wayne to Fort Branch, and everywhere in between. And we are just getting started. Our team is passionate about Indiana business because your story is worth telling. Join us every week as we travel the state to bring you Indiana's story. Inside Indiana Business, 25 years and counting.
Riding a recent wave of environmental consciousness, consumers, business owners, and government officials are all looking to implement new technologies to double down on efficiency and cost benefits. However, a trending HVAC method is anything but new to the market. Fort Wayne-based Water Furnace Renewable Energy has banked on geothermal technology since 1983 and now reports rapid growth from that commitment. By installing residential and commercial pumps across the country, it has grown to be a leader in the burgeoning industry. Spokesman Tim Litton.
We see geothermal becoming more and more ubiquitous. We see adoption increasing, particularly because of the mega trend towards clean electric solutions, particularly because of the incentives that federal, state, and utilities have put in place to help people transition to geothermal. So we feel like the future is very bright, and it's nice that one of the main players in renewable technologies comes from Indiana.
Geothermal heat pumps use the constant temperature underground, which is around 55 degrees, to heat and cool homes and buildings. Members of United Auto Workers Local 2335 in Hammond voted overwhelmingly against Michigan-based Lear Corporation's proposal over the weekend. Our partners at the Times of Northwest Indiana report the proposal included wage increases of multiple dollars an hour or more based on job type and experience. But the union, representing 1,000 workers, said those proposals didn't go far enough to meet the rising rate of inflation. The Hammond factory manufactures automotive seats and supplies them to a Chicago plant which produces the Ford Explorer, Lincoln Aviator, and Police Interceptor utility vehicles. A group of local organizations has launched a free membership program designed to advance racial equity among businesses in central Indiana. Business Equity for Indy says the program gives businesses an opportunity to address racial disparities and unlock what it calls the immense potential that diversity and inclusion can bring. Stacia Murphy is Senior Vice President of Enterprise Development at the Indy Chamber.
We know when there is more diversity and there is more inclusion and belonging within these places to work, that they tend to do better because they are employing and drawing from the perspectives of the entire community they serve.
You can connect to more on the program at InsideIndianaBusiness.com. The city of Portage is looking to spur development of some vacant land near I-94. Lakeshore Public Radio's Michael Gallenberger reports.
The City Council approved a resolution last week to split a few parcels out of an existing allocation area into their own separate TIF district. Councilmember Kellen Zilli said that'll make TIF money available for a project underway on Coca-Cola Avenue.
It's vacant land now, and it won't be vacant land much longer.
With TIF districts, the increase in property tax revenue generated within the district is set aside for redevelopment in that district. The measure now goes back to the Portage Redevelopment Commission for final approval. For Lakeshore News, I'm Michael Gallenberger.
MS Corporation CEO Jeff Smulyan is this week's guest on the Business and Beyond podcast with Gary Dick, presented by PNC, a weekly conversation with high-profile Hoosiers in business, sports, and entertainment, and beyond. Available now from your favorite podcast provider. I'm Alex Brown for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.